All right, so let's make some new blog entries for the Livingston Life site that we created earlier. All right, now remember this site is intended to be used for publishing content, specifically blogs that highlight different tips for traveling or different places you can go, just to sort of generate interest for those who are looking for a place to stay for a vacation. Okay? So let's go ahead and get this process started. Now in the last chapter, we set up the asset publisher. So let's go ahead and navigate there. If you're not already at the Livingston Life site, go ahead and make sure you're logged in. Open up the menu and use the site selector like we've done before to navigate to the Livingston Life site. Okay? So let me go ahead and click on Livingston Life. All right, and here we are. So again, the asset publisher is configured to display our blogs, and we have a special application display template that will display them in a nice presentation, a nice format, using some of the Bootstrap and Clay classes that are built into Liferay. All right, so we'll create a blog together so we can get our hands dirty and see what this looks like, and then we can go ahead and import some blogs to finish up just sort of the starting point for this page. All right. So just like we've done before, go to the content section. I'm going to close build here and click on blogs. All right, so we are in the blog section of the site administration panel. Let's go ahead and click on add blog entry at the top right. Okay, so this is going to be our blog editor. You'll see here we can add in a cover image as well as a title, subtitle, and our actual content, which is going to be using that Alloy editor that we've seen before. All right, so let's open up our exercises. Okay, remember this should be in C Liferay or User Home Liferay. Go ahead and go into the exercises folder and open up the 5th section called blogs. All right, from there, go ahead and find the Fiji.jpg. All right, and we can just go ahead and drag this into the editor here. So now we have our cover image. You'll see once we have the cover image, we can add a caption if we'd like. All right, in this case, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and add our title, subtitle, and content. So for the title here, go ahead and type in I dream of Fiji. All right, the subtitle will be a tropical retreat. And for the content, we're going to go ahead and just grab the content from the Fiji.txt file that you may have already seen in your exercises. So go ahead and open those back up and open the Fiji.txt. All right, we can copy this and we can paste it on into here. Now, if we'd like, we can go ahead and do some formatting. The benefit of the Alloy editor is that we can use any of the different kinds of formattings that we might need, or we can add different things here. Okay, images, grids if we need them, separators, even YouTube videos. Okay, and then you have access to code here as well for bloggers who might have some experience with HTML. All right, now before we publish this, let's go ahead and open up the categorization section. All right, blogs are a good example of where you might want to use tags. So we talked about tags and categories earlier. I mentioned that tags are a folksonomy, okay, so the organization of the people. So for bloggers, typically they're tagging their own content in order to make it more easily searchable or accessible to users, okay? So for this, we could just do something like Fiji as a tag. We can add whatever we want here, something like Livingston Life, okay? All right, and when we're done, we can go ahead and click Publish. All right, so we have our new blog here. It's our first blog on the site. So what we're going to do next is we're going to import the rest of the blogs that we will display on the front page, and then we can take a look at how it will actually be presented using that application display template as well as the asset publisher. So click on the options menu at the top right, click on Export Import, and Import. Go ahead and click on Select File, and navigate to your exercises. So see Liferay or user home Liferay, exercises, the 5th section called blogs, and then go ahead and find the blogs import.lar. Okay, go ahead and open that up. Click continue and import. All right. Now, once you see successful here, you can go ahead and just close this, and we'll see all of our blogs for the Livingston Life. Okay. All right, so let's take a look by clicking on Go to Site. So now we have our recently published asset publisher here that we configured before. We see the pagination set up at the bottom, and we see our nicely presented blogs. Okay, so you'll see they're in these nice little card formats. If I'd like, I can go ahead and click Next, and I can see some of the older blogs. All right. Okay, so this is exactly what it would look like, and this is why we can use some of these tools together. All right, from here on out, because we have the asset publisher in play, this is a self-publishing page. That is, whenever a blogger creates a new blog, it's gone through whatever review cycle it needs to go through, and it is published, it will automatically show up in the recently published list. Okay, so we don't need to worry about manually configuring anything here. It's going to already show up for us. And of course, that ADT gives us that special presentation. And then of course, we can use the actual blogs tool as well. So this gives Livingston Life a good starting point to get their blogs going. And of course, the content team for the Livingston Life can go in and continue to flesh out the actual design and the look and feel of the site itself. All right, so in the next chapter, what we're going to do is we are going to look at some of our localization options. All right, so I'll see you guys there.